like so, right? And then, oops, we do the same for T. Oh, I didn't. Need to copy again. Do the same for T. So that's our setup so far. And then we just need to transverse. Just need to move the pointers. Pointers. So we're not going to use a for loop. We're going to use while, maybe, while the S so the S while our index for S is still inside the amount of S do we have. And then we have to do the same for T. So while S index is less than S count, right? And then T index is less than T count. And then we need to use the index in the characters array. That's where our comparison will be. Gotcha. So once we find our S and T, then we can move our S index. So if we find A and T, we move our S. And then if we don't find the next letter, that means we automatically return false. Okay. Let's start writing code. So S index is less than S dot count and T S characters and T index. What am I doing? This T index. My naming is so bad. A T index is less than T characters. So that means we haven't moved across all of them. Okay. So then we do if our S characters, if our S characters using the S index is equal to our T array, is equal to our T characters, with our T index. That means we can move on to the next character in our S array. so we can move our index to go and look for the next character plus equal 1, right? And then no matter what, we want to move our t forward as well. Plus equals 1. And then what we want to return? We want to return true or false. So return true for now. I need to, so we need to find the letters in S. So the counter for S. Perfect. We can use S index and just compare it to the length. Because the end, if we find all of the subsequences, that means our S character count and our index should be the same. Run it. Crazy. I didn't even make them variables. Okay. I think I'm hungry. Okay. This should work. While S is characters and index T index is characters, cannot convert type string array to expect characters T. So this should be T, not S. This is why copying isn't good. Cannot convert value of type S string element array to expect argument. Why not? If I'm turning a string into a characters. Let me see if this will work, because we don't really need to make any changes to the arrays. Oh, it's here. I didn't add the count. Cannot find T index because I can't spell. And we pass. I can't even trust the runtime stuff anymore because it doesn't work. Okay, let's move on to the last problem and then call it a day. Container with the most water. You are given an array height of length n. There are n vertical lines drawn such that two endpoints of the ith line are I and 0 and I height of I. Find two lines that together with the x-axis form a container such that the container contains the most water. Find given. So we get an array of heights. The vertical lines. So we're given an array of heights. Find two lines that together with the x-axis form a container. So take the two numbers. Excuse me. What? Wouldn't it be 8? The above. So we have 1, 8, 6, 2, 5, 4, 8, 3, 7, and you get 49. The above vertical lines are represented by the array. In this case, the max area of water, the blue section, the container can contain is 49. But how are you getting the blue section? So, or is it a plus? I don't get it. There are vertical lines drawn such that the two endpoints return the maximum number Okay. So the heights I get, they're each vertical line. Okay. Where are these red and blue lines coming from? That's what I don't get. The red lines the maximum area would be 8 times 8, which is 64. Right? I know it is. 8 times 7 is 56. So you're doing 7 times 6. 7 times 8. So 7 is red. 6 times 5 is 30. I don't know how you're getting 49. Find the two lines that together with the x-axis contain such that the container return the maximum amount of water. Or are you adding all of these up? Which is 6 plus 2. 6 plus 2 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 8? No. Plus 7? Still no. You're given an array. Find the two lines. But the 7 is in red. That's the confusing part. So if we use, or is it because I'm not thinking of the x-axis? Find two lines that together with the x-axis form a container that represents. So we have an array of heights. Each height represents a length. We got that. We need two lines that together hold the most water. And somehow we got 49 in the first example. Let's look at some hints. Who wants to be a millionaire? If you simulate the problem, it will be, that's not a good hint. Try to use 2 pointers, set 1 pointer to the left of the array and right. Always move the pointer that points to the lower number. How do you calculate? Yes, this question is exceptionally unclear. Anyone else having problems? This was in 2017, so I am effed. Let's go newest. This will be the first time I solved a medium problem without looking into any solutions, though I took a bit of help of ChatGPT, but did not ask it to use it because I was hitting the time limit. I see things, stuff in the general character feelings. The hint should hint, not give the answer. Google really likes the 50. It's taking too long. If you stuck to think the approach, then sometime you need to cover the medium assumption, then think. Hence, don't think it is medium, only think. What? Hint 2 gives the right. Yeah, to move the pointer, only move it if the smaller number. That's the, yeah, why not 8 by 8, which I thought would be. What a horribly drawn reference. I don't understand. It's relative value that the better solution is somewhere in the middle of the range of my statements. Tip, don't read the question, just refer to the diagram. Solve trapping where water flow is used similar to when you realize it's question is easy on that even medium. That's why it works. Imagine that we have a container between position I and J with height I equals less than j, the current percentage. What if there's some magical? So I still don't get 49. There's no two numbers in here that give you 49, which is my problem. I feel you. Dude, I just returned the area we're squaring the last element of the array. I assessed from the diagram that the last element would lead to more x-axis value. To be honest, it's 100 and it worked. I'm shocked. Took 2 lines to close. You have to store the maximum water on every step. Replace it if it's smaller than the existing value, and you will end up having the maximum area. X-axis is your width, and the y-axis is your height. X-axis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I still don't get it. I still don't get it. Like, I don't even know where to start. I don't understand. Notice that you may not slant the container. It's not. Solution is easy. Intuition is not. Yes, I get the 2 pointers. Place one pointer on the left, place one on the right. The amount of water between the 2 lines is determined by the formula. Minimum height ensures compare the heights of the 2 lines. Move the pointer with the shorter line towards the outer pointer. Why moving a total won't increase that movement shorter potential find you. Okay, I get that part. So if we start at 7, we probably won't ever move it. But then the line is red. And 7 times 8 is 56, not 49. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 2 and 9. How are you getting it? Okay, so the red lines are what the barriers. I think the output of this example should be 32. If we're doing BS on answer, how are we sure that the final answer on the answer number? This one is hard. We're looking at solutions for this one. I think this is the first time I'm tapping out. I just don't understand the question. So hopefully some illustrations help. The 2 pointers are initialized to the first and last indices of an array respectively. Okay, so that one we'll have 2 pointers, a start and an end. That one the hint already gave to us. In each iteration of the while loop, the area between the 2 vertical lines is calculated by multiplying the minimum height between the 2 lines with the distance between them. The minimum height is chosen because the area of the container is limited by the shorter of the 2 lines. The maximum area is then updated by comparing it with the area calculated in the current iteration. I don't get it. The pointers are then moved towards each other by incrementing the lower pointer if the height at that index is less than the height at the high index, or by decreasing the higher point if the opposite is true. This is because we can only increase the area by moving the pointer with the shorter towards the center, as moving the pointer decrease the distance. Yeah, smaller area. Yep. This solution does not handle the scenario in which height area is empty. Otherwise, looks good. Do we watch a YouTube video?
हाय एवरीवन, इस वीडियो में हम सॉल्व करेंगे हाइट ऑफ लेंथ एन। मतलब हमें यहाँ पे एक हाइट का एरे दिया है, ठीक है, और जो हाइट के हर एक इंडेक्स पे एलिमेंट है वो उसके हाइट को बता रहा है, ठीक है। और हमें यहाँ पे बताना है कि
That's crazy. By using any content from this poster thread, you release the author from all library. You're free to use content. What? So yeah, this one is checking if it's less than 2 heights. No need to even do any of this. You release. Okay. Well, we have our 2 pointers. Okay. Let me just start. Maybe I'll get it. We do start position at 0, do end position height -1, position goes height count -1, position, and we need to return an int, so let's do our area. I already know we're doing a while loop. Start position. Our start position is less than end position. That will be our loop position. Can I spell position? Then we're going to return our area. Alright, that's our initial setup. Okay, so they mentioned move in at the smaller one. To use 2 pointers, set 1 pointer to the left and 1 to the right. Always move the pointer that points to the lower number. Okay. So we just need to check if our start position is no, it's height. And then we're using the start position. So we just need to check if it's less than, okay. So then if it is, then we just move the start position a bit. Move it forward 1. Else, if it's not, then that means the end position is a smaller number. So we move that 1. Alright. So then the juice will be here because we still need to calculate the area. So for area, we definitely need a height, and we're gonna need a width because we were taught in school area is height times width. And they're saying the width is the x-axis. The x-axis. So how do we get the width for now? The width. The width. We have our pointers, okay. Our pointers, okay, we can do end position minus start. Right? Okay, so what will our height be? Our height is, okay, we can't use height. Let's do calc height. Let's do calc height. Which would be the smallest number between the two. The smallest number is between the two, and then we multiply it by it. Okay. So we can do minimum, and then our things that we'll pass in will be height, start position. Height and position, right? Okay, then we can do, we're getting somewhere. Let's calc area. Could be just be calc height. times width. And then we can assign our area to calculated area if our area is bigger than our calculated area, right? We want the biggest number. And then our calc area. Even area is starting to look weird to me. We already had the loop place. Let's check. Yeah, it works, but I cheated. I looked at a few answers, but to understand the question was worded very, very, very weirdly, and the diagram didn't help. Whatever the picture was didn't really help me, but we have solved it. So that is it for the 2 pointers. So we went through the 4 questions, and pretty much we used 2 pointers in all of them. Next up, so tomorrow we will start with the sliding windows, and also with the sliding windows there's 4 questions, so we could probably get through all of them tomorrow. Okay, so thank you everyone for tuning in. Apologies for the cut in the middle. Someone told me that the stream went down, but I wasn't aware. But yeah, thank you for the comments and the suggestions about probably doing more pseudocode while I'm coding, since I don't have an interviewer to confirm things with, so I'll probably do some pseudocode written before I start actually writing code. But I actually try and talk about how the solution in my head, I'm talking that part out loud before I start writing code, but maybe also writing pseudocode will help. Okay, so thank you. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Bye.